All right, we're looking at Lesson 1 in Chapter 7, 7.1 Equations, which starts on page 513. The first thing I'd like you to do is scan through the lesson and predict 2 things that you'll learn about equations. So go ahead and pause the video now and scan through the pages and find 2 things that you're going to learn about equations. Alright, so it looks like in this lesson we're going to be looking at solving addition and subtraction problems mentally, as well as multiplication and division problems mentally. So the first thing we're going to do is look at our vocabulary startup. An equation is a mathematical sentence that showing 2 expressions are equal. An equation contains an equal sign. So what I'd like for you to do is go ahead and fill out this vocabulary startup, and when you come back we'll compare our notes. Go ahead and pause the video again. Alright, so what I put, really just basic stuff. An equation has an equal sign, an expression does not have an equal sign. It's a number sentence in example for equations. It's 3 plus 2 equals 5. In expressions, it would just be 3 plus 2. How are they both similar? Because they both have a number sentence. How are they different? Equations have solutions. They have that equal sign with a solution. Alright, so the first real world link, it says, Anna bought a package of 6 pairs of socks. She writes the equation below to find out how much she paid per pair. Circle the solution of the equation. So, this is pretty much real world. You go to the store, you want to buy, a package of socks, or you've got these individual socks and you're trying to figure out which is a better deal or if it's worth spending the money on it. So when you look at it, 6 pairs of socks for $9, is that going to cost 50 cents each? Will that cost $2 each? Well, I think $2 we can immediately get rid of, right? Because we know that 2 times 6 would be 12, not 9, so that doesn't work. 50 cents, if you think about 6 sets of 50 cents, that would be $3. That's certainly not going to be it, you wish. So it turns out that $1.50 times 6 is going to be $9. Alright, so solving addition and subtraction equations mentally, when you replace a variable with a value that represents a true sentence, you solve the equation. So when we have variables like 2 plus x equals 9, we can kind of do a guess and check and come up with the solution based on just replacing the variable with a number. So the value of the variable is the solution for the equation. So 2 plus x equals 9. You basically have to think about, well, what is it that we add to 2 to make 9, and that's 7. So 7 plus 2 equals 9, that's a check mark. And so the sentence is true. Now, if they said to substitute, what if they said that x equals 5? Well, 2 plus 5, does that equal 9? No, that's going to be 7, so they do not equal. Okay, so it's not like every time you just throw a number in there it's going to work. It has to be the right number. So number 1, it says example is 3, 4, or 5 is 3, 4, or 5 the solution of the equation a plus 7 equals 11. And so we can just substitute it in. And you guys know how to substitute. So say it's 3. We're going to say 3 plus 7. Does that equal 11? No, 3 plus 7 equals 10, and that does not equal 11. So that's not going to work. If they gave you 4, you'd say, okay, 4 plus 7, that's 11, and 11 equals 11. So yes, that's a good one. That's a check work. You can go ahead and try the 5 as well. 5 plus 7 will make 12, and 12 does not equal 11, so the 5 wouldn't work either. So you would say, oh, I select 4. 4 is the solution. So solving g minus 7 equals 3 mentally, you're just trying to think of a number. What number minus 7 will equal 3? What number could that be? It's almost like back in the day in kindergarten, and the kids always love it when I say this. So they go, what minus 7 equals 3? And then you would be like, oh, I know. And you're like little baby kids, and you're like, 10. 10 minus 7 equals 3. Oh, I'm so proud of you. That's correct. So it's like that. So we've just gone a step further, and we're calling it algebra now, and we're putting in a G instead of the box, and we're having to figure out, well, what could that be? And look, you can just make it a box if you want to and say, oh, I have to fill in the box. What's the box going to be? Oh, it's going to be 10. Ding, 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 ding. All right. So the total cost of a pair of skates and knee pads is $63. The skates costs $45. Use the guess, check, and revise strategy to solve the equation 45 plus K equals 63. So if they don't give you numbers to try, I would look at this and I'd say, okay, well, 20, if I did 45 plus 20, that's going to be 63. So I went too high. So I know that I need to come down. And the next one, you could say 45 plus 19. Well, 45 plus 19 would be 64, so that's not equal to 63. And so I could go down one more and say, okay, 45 plus 18, is that equal to 63? And ding, 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 that's the correct answer. So we know that 18 is the solution. It's the answer to the question which says, what's the cost of the knee pads? The knee pads cost $18. Oh, and I just wanted to go over this little stop thing. All right, so it says, how can you check if your solution is to an equation is correct? I mean, obviously, just guess and check. You plug it in, you substitute it in, and then you do the math. Is 45 plus 18 equal to 65? Yeah, 63 and 63. Sorry, 63 I meant. 63 and 63 are the same. All right, so solving multiplication and division equations mentally, same situation. We've got is 3, 4, or 5 the solution to the equation 18 equals 6 times z. And remember 6z means 6 times z. 6 times z. And so we're trying to figure out what number multiplied times 6 will equal 18. So 3, 4, or 5, if they give you those options, you can set them up in the into the equation. 18 is equal to 6 times 3. That would be 18. So 18 is equal to 18. Yes. So right now I'm saying yes, that's correct. Now pretty much it's going to be one solution every time. So it's not necessary to keep going. But if you want to double check just to make sure you didn't make a mistake, you could still do 6 times 4 is 24. 24 is not equal to 18. 6 times 5 is 30. 30 is not equal to 18. And so we know our solution is 3. So number 5 says solve 16 divided by s equals 8 mentally. So 16 divided by s equals 8. We're going to do 16 divided by what is going to equal 8. So it's back to like that little box here and say, oh, 16 divided by what equals 8? And so it's 16 divided by 2 equals 8. Ding, 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 ding. Good job. So you know what I'm saying, right? You remember the good old days? All right, so you're going to figure out for D, is 2, 3, or 4 the solution of the equation 4 times n equals 16. And then for E, you're going to solve 24 divided by W equals 8 mentally. You know, I just realized that we also need to go back and do the got it's for A, B, C. So we'll go back and do those as well. So go ahead and do A, B, C, D, and E. And we'll come back and talk about the answers. Pause the video now. All right. Here are the answers to A, B, C, D, and E. A, the answer is 5, because it's going to be 5 plus 8 is 13, and 13 equals 13. For B, it's 7, because 9 minus 7 equals 2. And for C, it's 9, because 40 minus 9 equals 31. For D, 4 times n equals 16 will be 4, because 4 times 4 is 16. And 24 divided by 3 is what equals 8. So there are the answers. And the very last example they have is Mason bought 72 sticks of gum. There are 8 sticks in each package. Use the guess, check, and revise strategy to solve the equation 8 times p equals 72 to find the number p, which is the number of packages that Mason bought. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to... Here, let me use a better marker here. We need to stand up for what's right in our school, and we are anti-gum. So we're going to do this. Because Mason is a bad kid. How could he do this? He can't just have gum in school! Sorry. you know, I'm not passionate at all about this. All right, so how many sticks of gum? It's going to be 8 times what equals 72. You can guess and check by throwing a couple numbers in there. 7 would make 56, not 72. 8 would make 64, not 72. But 9 packs of gum would make 72 pieces altogether. So 9 packs of gum is the correct answer. All right, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. I'll see you in school.